Oh, they are egret eggs. Ooh, they're fighting. I lost sight of the chick. Oh. Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Hi there.
My name's Debbie.
This is Callie.
We're educators at Project O. We're excited to have another Facebook Live with you. We are coming to you from South Dumpling Island in Fisher's Island Sound. So we are currently standing on the west part of the island. And I want to just kind of show you what we're dealing with. The birds that nest on this island or roost on this island are using it to the full extent. They're using the adjacent waters, but they're also using all parts of the island for their nesting. So we want to kind of give you an overview of some of the species that we're seeing here today. Directly, I'm going to try to do a little zoom here. Cover me, Callie. Something just flew by. So we've got some blackback gulls, but we also have these great egrets. They're large white birds with long necks and long legs. These are an example of wading birds that use this island for nesting. There goes a gull right above me here. So these egrets are they nest at the top of the island. We got quite a few of them up here. I'm too zoomed in really to control this, so I'm going to back up a little. So those are some wading birds. We also have seabirds, shorebirds, and marine ducks that use this island as well. So here's a beautiful view of some blackback gulls. And we are here at the peak of sort of nesting season. So we're going to take you on a little tour of the island to see the different habitats that these birds are using for their nests. So right now we're sort of at the top part of the western side of the island, and we can see the blackback gulls nesting up here and the great egrets. All right, so let's make our way down the hill.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you over here,
Hello,
Debbie.
friend.
If you want to come this way, I want to show you an example of a gull nest. And this one here doesn't look like too much any longer. You don't see any eggs, but if you look carefully, I'm just going to use my stick to give you the right direction to look. Hiding out in that vegetation is a newly hatched gull chick.
Oh, so fluffy.
So it has
little one.
kind of a similar pattern to the eggs, right, that we saw last time. Kind of that speckly pattern helps it to camouflage. And it's hanging right out there in the vegetation just to give it a little bit of cover.
Now, Callie, I can see, and I'm going to see if I can get it on camera. There is an older chick that's living here up at the top of the island, so I'm going to try and zoom in on it. I'm not sure if you guys are able to see. To the left of the tree at center screen, there is a couple weeks old chick. It's a little bit taller, it's a little stronger, and it's moving around the nest a little bit more easily than the little baby we just saw. So I want to make sure you guys saw a more mature bird. We're also seeing some not shorebirds. There's some swallows that are using this space too. The small songbirds that are flying around here are also using that. Probably cliff swallows. I can't get a good look at. Oh, it's going to come real close to me. Yes, definitely a cliff swallow. Thanks for that. So that's the top of the island. We see the different age chicks. Now the blackback gulls will actually care for their chicks for the entire summer, but it takes them about 3 full years to get to their adult plumage. So we'll probably see this chick again next year before it's full grown.
All right. So we're going to start to head down from the top of the island here.
Where's my stick? I want my stick. Okay.
You're going to see that it's kind of rocky along the edge of the island. And so that's going to be a different kind of habitat. We're going to see some different kinds of birds as we head down.
I'm going to try to not fall down this hill on camera.
A little treacherous.
Right, so that's an important part of this island, is that it's got these steep slopes on it, which does not seem like a preferred habitat for the seagulls, but we may be finding some other species further down this hill. Ooh, here we go. There's my data sheet for later. We're going to count all the nests and eggs.
Oh, show that. Nice.
So most of these birds that are taking wing right now, oh, couldn't see the older chick. Sorry, Marissa. We'll get a good picture for you. We're going to post everything that's not visible on our video. We're going to post still photos after the fact. All those birds on the wing are eider ducks. Most of them. There are a couple of herring gulls mixed in there and blackbacks as well. But the eider ducks are a marine duck. And this is one of the places in Long Island Sound where they actually nest. So that's pretty exciting. Callie, do you want to lead the way?
Yep, if you want to follow me.
There are a couple of spots we definitely want to visit.
Okay.
So there are some advantages to nesting in a colony like this. To be sure, having all of these other birds around means that you might be able to follow them to a food source when you leave the island. But of course, there's some inherent risks of nesting in a colony because there might be some predation. Oh, looks like we found another nest.
Yeah.
But this doesn't look like seagull eggs to me.
Oh no, take a look at that soft feathery down, that's sort of keeping those eggs protected there. There are 4 pretty large green eggs. These are eider duck eggs.
Oh, that's interesting. They're coated in that nice downy feathers. Nice place to grow up. Now, eiders can have more eggs than seagulls can because they spend different amounts of time going and foraging for their food. Mm-hmm. They're able to find their food closer to the island, so they spend more time on their nest. There's also a snowy egret, the smaller species of white egret that's around here that is kind of hanging out. I haven't found a nest for it yet, but we'll continue exploring.
Yeah. And so in this same area, I can actually count 1, 2, 3 of those eider duck nests.
One nest.
Just kind of using my stick to point. Can you see that direction?
2 nests, center screen.
So that had 5 eggs.
And there's the 3rd nest.
That has at
right
least
over there.
4 eggs kind of hiding.
Oh, but who's nesting over here?
Ah, look at that. Different, right? No soft feathers lining those eggs.
Very organized and twiggy. They've used the plant material that's here on the island to help assemble their nests. And I'm seeing 5 in that nest, and 5 in that nest as well.
And then look at this one has 2.
Oh, that one only has 2, but definitely the same species. So again, they're living together. Maybe they have some cooperation when they're nesting so near to one another.
And so I don't think we said what these were. These are the black-crowned night herons.
Now I'm trying to find one of those flying nearby. If I see one, I'll definitely pan around to get a good look at it. They're a little skittish, so even just the 2 of us on the island here might be enough to startle them. We're trying to be as careful as we can to not disturb these nesting sites. Because as I was saying, some of the issue is predation. Some of these animals will eat other eggs.
Debbie, look at right underneath this
hello,
vegetation.
Ones.
There's 2 of those gull chicks. Hope you guys can see that.
So fluffy.
So I don't even see their nest nearby. I don't see evidence of it right now, but this is a safe place for them to sort of hide out till their parents come back.
So they're still pretty new out of their nest. We saw some that were hatching this morning and they were still wet, but these guys are completely dry, which to me might indicate that they've been hatched for at least a day. Mm-hmm. Nice and dry. Oh, maybe this is their nest up here.
Oh yeah, good spot.
There's kind of just a little concave, so the seagulls don't build really organized nests like our heron nests that have like the definite organization. They sort of build a little divot and they'll line it with whatever they can find because they don't actually spend a whole lot of time on their nest. They actually rely on their eggs and their chicks to do some camouflaging while the adults spend more time foraging for food.
Mm-hmm. And so this island really provides a great opportunity for varied diets. There are some insects and things like that on the island for some of the birds that are here. But the close proximity to water allows for lots of access to fish and other invertebrates that are along the shoreline here.
Now we're seeing a lot of competition among the birds today, right? So some of what we're seeing is competition for space, competition maybe for mates, or to protect their nests. So as Callie and I make our way around the island, we're trying to disturb them. Oh, look at more heron nests. Yep. Those seagulls are a little aggressive, so we like to just kind of, Callie's got a stick right here, not to beat off any birds that are coming at us, but the higher point on her body, the seagulls are not going to dive lower than they need to. They don't want to get any closer to a predator than they have to.
Right.
So they'll attack the highest point, and so they'll just kind of bop her stick and leave her alone. So we just kind of walk around the island with that
I think
stick.
Let's come down on the rocks here and avoid this big one, and then I think we can keep walking.
All right. I'm going to try to not fall on camera. That's right. Again, it's a beautiful day out here on South Dumpling. If you're just joining us, we are visiting a seagull rookery and all of the other species. Oh boy, almost got you. All the different birds that are choosing to nest here. Now, this has a varied climbing space. There's all different kinds of terrain here that might be ideal for some birds and less ideal for others. So it looked like those herons and those eiders were trying to keep their nests hidden because they have bright colored eggs.
All right, looks like there's some noisy gulls over here. You all right, Debbie?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, good.
The rock shifted. All set.
All right, so let's see if we can come around this corner because the topography of the island changes over here a bit. And we want you to see that as well.
Up I come. Oh yeah, so now you can see this is the north side of the island. And it goes up at a very steep slope where Callie and I would not be able to. Oh, there goes a heron.
Yeah, black-crowned night herons.
I know, it's not easy to see, but there are two of them, the two that are flying away from the island right now.
And there's a couple on the rocks down there, which I'm not sure if you'll be able to see.
I'm going to get to surer footing, and then I'll try to do a pinch zoom for you.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Where'd those herons go? I took my eyes off them. There they are.
Yep. So I see 1, 2. There's 2 more. One more flying. Ooh. There's at least 3 hanging out on the rocks.
There's one on top of that rock sort of center screen. I know it's probably super blurry. Again, we'll get some good pictures of these birds after the fact too. We'll have some still photos. All right. So again, these gulls they were up at the top of the island. They're down here. It's sort of like the talus where it slopes towards the water. But we saw the night-crowned herons. I also see there's that snowy egret hanging out over there.
Yeah, and just one cormorant came off there. So maybe we can get a little closer this way, and we'll see if we can find some of those cormorants.
I see a lot of the cormorants hanging out on these rocks over here. But normally we find their nests up. Oh, there goes another night heron.
Oh,
yeah. We see a lot of them up on the ridge that's over here. That's a lot of times where we see the cormorant nests. So we're going to go see if we can see some of those. Where am I going to put my feet? How about right here? Oh, Mama, I hear you. So she's just giving out a little warning call. Just stay back. Don't hurt my babies.
We're just
and we won't.
Right by
just passing through.
Yep, just passing through.
She might have eggs under there. She might have newly hatched chicks. Not sure.
Here's another duck nest with a few eggs.
Oh, another eider nest. Nice. All right, where am I going to put my feet? Put it right here. I'm not doing this one-handed too.
You're doing great, Debbie.
See those nests? The eider has hidden her eggs a little bit underneath her downy feathers, but the green was kind of giveaway. Okay. Woo! I can smell them on this side of the island. Mm-hmm. There is a distinctive odor to Gull rookery.
Yes, that guano smell is strong.
All right. Here we go. Let's see now.
So just looking up on the hill, I can see that there are, looks like herring gulls on this side, kind of high up on this cliff. You can see some of the adults peeking out. Whew. So we have both the herring gull and the blackback gulls that are utilizing this island.
Yeah, so the herring gulls are a little bit smaller, a little less aggressive than the blackbacks then that's squawking at us. All right, I'm seeing some downy feathers over here, so I'm thinking there may have been an eider nest at some point.
Yep.
But I don't see any eggs, so maybe they hatched and moved on. Maybe there was some predation, hard to say.
Yeah, we did see some chicks that had hatched swimming in the water today.
Yes, it's my first time seeing eider chicks. Usually when we're coming with students, we've come a little earlier in the season before the eider eggs have hatched. All right. I'm coming.
Okay, this is sure footing over here. Oop, here's a female eider. I don't want to spook her. Can you see her right between those two rocks?
As carefully as I can.
Okay. Ooh, and I see some more night crown heron eggs here too, that blue.
Let's not let me zoom. There we go. So you can see she's really well camouflaged. If you didn't know to look for her, you would not see her. So she looks very different than the male. The male of this species is black and white. Let's see if I can find one of them.
Oh, but I can see a whole bunch of cormorants over here on the rocks that we weren't really seeing before.
I'm not seeing their nests. Well, I could see a night heron on a stick over there.
Yeah.
Usually you're seeing lots of cormorant nests all along the ridge here. I'm kind of surprised to not see many this year. That's different than in the past. We did see one on the far side of the island when we first approached.
Yep. Are you okay going a little bit? Whoop.
Woo, sorry, Mama.
I scared her.
There's another heron nest right here in between the rocks. So it's looking like, our herons and our eiders are preferring sort of crevices or protected areas.
Yep, and here's another too. Another egret. Do we see that one?
Heron nest, yeah.
A heron, sorry.
Now we're not going to go get near those great egrets because they're big, and I don't really want to pick a fight with them. Speaking of another aggressive bird, oh, here's some eider eggs. Did you see those, Callie?
Yep, that's the female was just on.
Oh
that
yes,
one.
That's right. On the far side of the island where we anchored our boat, we actually observed a Canada goose nest. Again, not going to approach her because they get very territorial. They invest a lot of time and energy in raising their eggs and their chicks, so they try really hard to protect them. Oh, another heron nest over there.
Yeah. Oh, two more actually. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
Right, so this is a good year for herons, right?
And look at this. I just want to show on this rock, there's evidence of what these birds have been eating.
Dun, dun, dun.
Looks like lots of bones here, probably fish bones.
Yeah, that looks like fish bones to me.
And we saw some crabs, right? Carapaces?
Yes, I saw crabs on the west side of the island. So the birds here are bringing their food back for themselves, for their mates, and for their babies.
Oh, I see some gull eggs over here.
Nice. So we're seeing all different stages of gull reproduction here. If they lose their eggs early in the cycle, for instance, to predation, because other blackbacks will eat those eggs, they can lay another clutch.
Yeah, and this clutch size of 3 is quite typical for the gulls. And we saw that some of the other species, like the eider ducks, their clutch size is larger. Here's another. Woo! Oh, look at
Huh?
3 black-crowned night heron eggs.
Beautiful.
There's 3 more tucked behind there, and it looks like one may have rolled
one rolled down. Oh, I thought that was the nest. I saw just the one, but there's actually a nest behind the rock, and then it rolled down. Now, each of these birds has a different nesting strategy based on their appearance. So brightly colored birds, ooh, there's some trash right there, that's no good. Brightly colored birds don't want to sit on the nest for a long time, so they have camouflaged eggs. The brightly colored eggs usually have camouflaged mamas.
Okay.
It's also relative to, there's an eider egg here, perhaps stolen by a predator.
Oh, Debbie, you got to see this. We've got an egg that's just...
Oh my goodness, starting to hatch.
You can see that.
I can see a little egg tooth, cover me.
Beak is starting to poke out a little.
I can see just a little tiny egg tooth breaking through that egg right now. It is hard work to hatch out of an egg, so it might take a little while. We won't stay here and watch the whole time. But I do want to point out there's some human garbage in this nest also. Ooh.
Yes. And look, here's an adult, probably
the proud mama. Hi there.
Watching over.
We'll be on our way, mama.
All right, let's go a little further. Maybe we can see some cormorants over here. Oh, there go the black crowned night heron
These are
adults
all night
flying.
herons. Well, that's a gull, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
all
10,
of those
11,
too.
12, at least 12 adults.
Nice.
Oh,
We're seeing probably close to that many.
One's
Oh,
still
yep,
hanging
and they
out.
still want to. I'm going to again try to do the pinch zoom. It's not my favorite thing, but I want you to, oh, hello. I want you to be able to see these birds. And I'm just using my cell phone, so it's not perfect.
All right, and we're getting pretty
not
close
looking
to some herring gull nests over here.
Hello. So the herring gulls have those sort of light gray wings. They're a little bit smaller than the blackback, but they're
Take
still
a
a
look,
decent sized gull.
their nests are just kind of little divots right on this ledge. It's pretty amazing. So it looks like a clutch of 3 over here in this nest.
Oh, you could see into the nest from
Oh
there?
yeah, yeah.
Nice. I'm going to try to come up. I'm going to pass the phone right to
Okay,
you.
perfect.
Whoop. Sorry, Mama. Don't mind us.
So you can see it's really just this little divot right on the side of the hill. Whoop. And it's got 3 eggs inside.
So when the males and the females of the species here look so alike, it's they often, whoops, they share the duties of raising the chicks. Whereas on the eiders, when there's that sexual dimorphism or that difference in patterning in the males and females, then it's mostly the female that does the care of the eggs. I'm just absolutely shocked that we haven't seen a cormorant nest yet.
Yeah, I thought we would see some of their heads poking out.
Well, let's keep going.
Okay.
Oh, just to your left, Callie, there's a seagull nest.
There we go.
Probably a herring gull nest, maybe? With
Yeah, it
the
looks
parents
like
right there.
herring gulls. Here's another.
They're a little bit small for the blackback eggs. Ooh.
Another clutch of 3. And here's the adult that was just sitting on that nest.
Okay, all right, we're good.
Oh, that one has chicks. So there's blackbacks.
I see the mama. I don't see the
See
chick.
the
Oh,
little
they're
plants
hidden
there?
right there. Yep.
Whoop. So you can see they're a little bit more aggressive.
I felt the breeze of that wing come by me.
Let's see if we can get a little
I don't know how
closer and
close she'll let me
show
come.
you the-
Woo! Not that close. All right. Oh, see, these babies are a little bit bigger.
Oh, one's
It's
starting to
mobile,
have-
right? I'm not going to approach any closer just to protect that baby. Hi,
Yeah.
Mama. Hi, Mama. I'm going to leave your babies alone. Callie, do you want to pass maybe around the rock
Yep, that
side?
sounds good.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's always exciting. Try to give a wide space and give them a little. They just tried to poop on us, everyone. Whoop! Just tried to poop on us.
So this is a good parent, right? She's invested a lot of energy into laying those eggs, raising those chicks. So it's in her best interest to protect.
Okay.
She keeps saying the word wow.
We're trying to give them a wide space.
Nice wide berth here. We
Yep.
don't want to disturb her and her babies. Nor do we want to sort of frighten those babies into a dangerous behavior.
Okay. Can see some cormorants out there swimming. Those little black dots on the screen.
Those are diving birds. And a little bit different than like a regular duck. They don't really have waterproof feathers. They have to dry their wings after they swim.
What do you think? Which way?
I'm thinking probably up this way, yeah. If you're able to get through here with your
Yep,
camera.
I think
Cal.
so.
Uh-oh, there's a big bundle of rope here. Oh, and another eider mama.
There we go.
And I see a seagull nest right here. So again, the eiders are nesting really close to the seagulls, but the location of the nest is key here. The seagull nest is all exposed, but the eiders is tucked under this rock in a crevice.
Oh, nice. I can even see it from this view. I'll have to get a little closer.
I don't know if it's going to be a good idea to come up this way.
What do you think about just peeking right up here?
Picking what?
Peeking up here?
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll see a cormorant nest up here. Let's see. I might make it. We'll see. If not, I hope everyone at home enjoys my tumble.
All right. Pretty steep, but we're just going to take another peek on the island here if we can.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see any cormorants?
We got some more chickies up here, but I don't see a single cormorant nest.
Oh, that's
not even.
interesting.
Maybe in the center of the island. Now, I frightened them all. You've heard them. They've picked up the sound a bit.
Okay.
But I got some chicks right here.
Oh, here's the cormorant in the tree over there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if you can see that.
And now all the cormorants, they're not along the ridge like I expected them, but instead there are lots in the center of the island.
I'm trying to unpinch my zoom here.
Oh, I know it's tricky, right? Oh, you can hear the cacophony, all of these birds sending out a warning signal. So that's another advantage of living in a colony, is if there is danger, someone else is likely to see it. More eyes. Are you able to see all those cormorants in there? And then they're nesting in among the egrets too.
That's interesting.
Usually this whole ridge along the north side of the island. Now I'm also noticing it looks a little eroded this year. Oh, there's one on the log. Can you see it?
Oh, yes.
That's a good one.
There we go.
Now there is, normally I would say, why don't we go take a peek in one of the empty cormorant nests? But there is a seagull sitting right there. And I'm afraid that if we frighten one of those cormorants, that seagull might take its chance. So we don't want to cause any predation while we're here. So we might not be able to see any cormorant babies today.
Yep.
But
again,
they're ugly cute.
We'll snap some photos, and so make sure you follow that to see some of the other nests and chicks that we may find once we're off camera.
All right. Well, if you have any questions about what we were seeing on the island today, about seagulls, cormorants, herons, egrets, or cliff swallows, post them in the comments. We'll check them later. Also, watch for that post of all of our still photos of the birds on the island.
Yep, and we'll see you on Thursday with Marissa and Kyle at 9:30. All right.
All right. See you then.
Bye.